Oh, did you all get our Christmas card, by the way?
We did. I meant to text you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Mhm.
Yes.
Gosh, I can't believe you both didn't text me.
I'm,
Tell me you
I
got
got
it.
one from Luke too, and I was like, shit, I
Yeah,
need to text everybody.
I
Man,
think so.
Big Felix just right on the front of it.
Yeah, did you take that photo?
No, that was from our photo session that we had, I think.
Your baby.
What was it from? Jenny took that? Okay. My sister-in-law took that.
Okay. Yes,
So I
thank
was
you.
wrong.
Thank you for the Christmas card.
You're
Absolutely.
welcome. Kelly
I'm bad
Kelly
on
sent
letting
it.
people know we got them in. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It is on our fridge. It's on our fridge.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Joey, did you send out Christmas cards this year?
No, we did not.
Figured
No,
I figured Big Hank the Tank would be on the front
Yeah,
lawn.
with the dog, I feel like you go get someone made.
no. I think Emily would love that, but no, we're good.
He's like, nah, we're good.
Put that on the
Uh
radar for next year.
Not like in a negative way, just in general.
well
Well,
well
I'll
you
do it.
sounded a little bit negative, Joey.
He don't
Just
got
gotta throw
time
that
for
in.
that. He don't got
He,
time for that.
he's not got time for it. I guess I'm
Oh,
gonna
but after that, no, I'm just kidding.
I guess I'm gonna crack a beer, fellas. It's episode 19. You're not gonna hear it, probably because of my headphones in here,
Let's
but
do it.
let's just see. No?
Yeah, it's like really dull.
Really faint, yeah.
Yeah,
Sound like a pour crack.
there you go.
This one's a little bit darker, fellas. Just look at
Oh
that right
God,
there.
that's like you changing your oil.
Oh, this is
Out,
going to
out.
be good. And I've never had this beer before. So I'm pumped up for this one. This is the old L. Smith Speedway Stout. Uh, an Imperial Stout with coffee. This sucker, y'all want to know what the percentage of alcohol is here?
I'm gonna say 11.2.
13.4.
Somewhere in the middle, 12%. So this one's
Give or take. You're pretty close.
Kelly's looking at me and flipping me off here. She's real happy. Love
Well,
you.
happy with you.
I don't know. Let's see. This has some chocolate roasted malt. It's got some coffee in here, notes of fruit, toffee, caramel, a healthy dose of a roasted coffee from somewhere local there in, let's see, San Diego, California.
Wow.
San Diego.
You guys remember the quote in Anchorman? And of course, in German means nobody's
said-
going to finish. Nobody's going to finish the line. A whale's vagina. No,
What movie? From
Anchorman.
right?
I really thought that was going to hit with both of you guys.
I just wasn't gonna say it. I got you.
I just love it when you feel like a joke is about to land or something you think is funny is about to land and you just get pure silence.
I just didn't want to finish the
I
sentence.
just don't know movie lines that well like that, unfortunately.
Jordan didn't want to say vagina on national television here.
It's a body part. It's okay, Jordan. It's allowed.
Can I ask if that it's called a Speedway Stout, and is that
Yeah.
because it looks like
Motor oil?
motor oil?
It could
looks
be.
like Friday 30?
I honestly do not know the story of this beer or brewery. But it could be. Yeah, sure. Why not? Speedway because it's oil.
I mean, that just looks heavy. I mean, that looks like he's drinking a Coke
It does.
Boys, that is good.
or like a root beer float or something with all that foam.
I'm
That's
telling
what
you
it
what.
looks like.
I'm telling you what. Right now, this one is good. And if I had a second one, I'd
That's
be
a
drinking
big
another
boy
one
can
tonight.
too. That's a big boy can.
Yeah, so a full pint of a 12% beer. That's a lot. So episode 19, here we are, fellas. Here we are. We're still rolling.
19? Wow. That
19.
many.
And for the listeners out there, I think this might be our last episode before Christmas. We were in the text thread talking about that a little bit. Joey and I might just get on and ramble a little bit on maybe Monday or Tuesday for a couple minutes.
We could,
who
yeah.
knows? Who knows? But Jordan's going to be gone. He's going to be
Well,
traveling.
I'm just Wednesday through the rest of the week's not good for me. Monday, Tuesday's fine.
Okay. So maybe we will do a short episode. Who knows? But you got us here for episode 19. And I'm feeling pretty good tonight, fellas. I'm not going to lie. Even though I've had like a freaking crazy like weekend and beginning of the week. It's been really wild for me, and it's hard to believe that it's already Thursday. But I'm here.
He's feeling good because he's drinking a 12% alcoholic beer. I mean, that's like
Well,
he's
that
like
you were
Bud
drinking
Lights
at
with a sip.
You were drinking at 9 a.m. earlier this week too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't typically do that. Okay, so let's just go ahead and throw that out there to the listeners. I'm not waking up and cracking a beer. All right. So for that one, I'm doing this. Joey's like, yeah, sure he doesn't. So I'm
You
doing
drink more
a
beer than anybody I know. Full disclosure.
do what?
You and my buddy Lane, I think, drink more beer than anybody I know. Full disclosure.
Oh, okay. I mean, I drink like one beer, maybe two beers when I have one. So like
But they're
tonight,
drinking two totally different types of beer, though, right?
No, Lane's got a keg at his house too, dude. So he's usually got something. I think right now he's got Blue Moon on draft. But if it's for him, it's something heavy or it's something.
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, right now it's Lindsay's turn on the keg. So yeah.
I don't want to paint the picture that I'm getting ripped like every night. Like I have like one beer. I enjoy drinking beer. I think it's great. But anyways, I'm doing a series on my YouTube channel called Adventures in Business. So I went to Lexington on Monday and filmed an episode with Country Boy Brewing Company, which is a really large brewery here in the state of Kentucky. And when I got there, it was like 9:30, and we had already like as soon as I got there, the beer was already there. So it was like, it's time to go.
I can't say no.
But I think I only had like you'll see me when the episode comes out. I've got a beer in my hand or like something the whole time, but I really only had I think a beer at the first place we were at, maybe one more beer at the second place we were at. But it was a
So
great
two
day,
before
man.
11 a.m.
No. We filmed from 9:30 all the way up until like 4:30ish.
Okay.
So it was a long day. It was a great day, a lot of fun, a lot of good information. So if somebody's like interested either in like business or a startup and like want to be inspired by their story, it's great to watch. If you like beer, it'd be a good story to watch. I think it's going to be an overall cool thing. And fellas, today I got my first little notification on YouTube of like some revenue that's going to come in
No way.
from YouTube.
Oh,
Not from the video that's got the most views though. It was from a short video, and it's 3 cents.
All right.
Yeah. All right. It's all worth.
Dude, I really do think, Jones, that you are going to get some views on these business things once they pick up steam. I really do. I think people will enjoy. I don't know how long you're targeting, obviously, but
Yeah.
for each video that you're putting together, I'm sure they would vary, but maybe you have an idea in mind. But I think that people will enjoy them.
Joey
Yes.
probably picked up more than that and loose change on the ground today.
He picked up more than that just sitting there clicking ads.
Loose change, big loose change guy right there. On the
Oh,
ground.
absolutely. If I see money on the ground, I'm picking it up. Jones, I've done the ad thing. I stopped that. It was only like a 1-year thing, remember?
Yeah.
But
no, I think if I can get the right business or creator to video and interview, like what I'm trying to do is like target the ones that have like a bigger following and a pretty cool story.
Sure. That way they can both post it.
Yeah, and then it's like, all right, who's in my network that I kind of know or know somebody that knows them? Like that's where I'm kind of starting, and then hopefully I get a portfolio of like maybe 5 or 10 videos, and then can get some like bigger bulks. And then what I think would be cool, and I thought about this, was like I'm gonna do like a when I go there, it's gonna be like an interview, like video, like on camera with the person. So that'll be uploaded on audio, but develop a relationship with that person, and then fellas bring them on the Why Not Us podcast.
That'd be awesome.
We're gonna have some guests hopefully popping on, and they were all about it too. They're like, if y'all, whenever you need me on there, just let me know.
Speaking of,
Go, Jordan, go.
I was gonna say, speaking of Country Boy, does our boy Phil Hardy still in
Yes,
Cincinnati?
yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is in Cincinnati working. He covers like Northern Kentucky and Cincinnati for them. So you all have like a relationship with Country Boy too. That's pretty.
Yeah, I was
neat.
actually texting in a group chat with his wife today. So.
It's kind of
His car
wild.
is like wrapped in branding.
Yeah,
Mhm.
It's pretty.
yeah.
Wild.
It's one of the brewery's vehicles, but Yeah, it's wild like how many friends I have that work there now, but we all came from like working at Alltech together. So like everybody that left Alltech that is sort of still in the beer industry is now with Country Boy, at least the good ones that I know. So
Right,
yeah.
you need to get up with
Shout out Phil.
Dano's on
Shout out
that
Phil. Good dude. Good dude. Shout out Phil. Good dude.
the Dano's seasoning. If is it up there near Country Boy Brewing, the Dano's guy?
Dano's seasoning. I don't know if I know that one.
He's like TikTok like took him off. He's like a national brand now.
Really? That might be
Yeah.
one I need to look at then.
I think he's in like Lexington because I know what Country Boys in Georgetown.
They have two facilities, one in Lexington, one the biggest one's in Georgetown.
The
Yep.
Dano's seasoning's got there, but he's like a Kentucky made product too.
That's cool. I have to look into that one.
Write that down. He's a self-made man.
So yeah, I'm looking forward. I've been spending quite a bit of time just like thinking. First, I like go through all the footage, and it's like, okay, how do you build a story with all this footage? And then start picking pieces of it, throwing it in the timeline to start editing it, and then it's shaping up to be pretty decent now. So hopefully, I'm not too far away from getting it done. But
Yeah, I mean, you're producer, editor, all the above on these things. You probably don't have much of a plan going into it, right? And then you kind of come up with your own story as you go, right?
yeah,
mean,
well, I
start-
planned it out. So I hired one of my friends that she shoots video some. So she came with me and was our
Oh,
video
good. Okay.
for the trip. So I had kind of in mind of like what types of shots to get. I built the document, but still I'm kind of like trying to find my style for it, And
Mhm.
like, perfect example of like a great style for this kind of stuff is Colin and Samir, which you got me hooked on them. And I've been watching a ton of their stuff. And they've kind of figured out like their specific style of these interviews plus tours, like studio tours that they do.
Mhm.
So I'm just trying to kind of get inspired by them and figure out like what my style is,
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's all I got. Sorry, I was gonna say I'm pumped for you. I hope it turns out well.
Yeah.
you had a brain fart there.
Makes sense.
Saturday, what did we do? We had a big Christmas party over the weekend. Somebody asked me like, "What'd you do over the weekend?" I had to like think so hard today of like what I did on Saturday.
It's too long ago.
It seemed like a month ago. I was
You
like,
drink a whole
wait,
damn bottle of scotch of somebody's. That's what
Yeah,
you
that's
do.
right. That's right.
dude. If somebody has a Macallan 12 and they say, "Yeah, just have as much as you want," like the bar's right there, and so I had a couple pulls of it. I'm not a shy
Oh,
person.
more than a couple pulls. These were like generous pours. Generous pours. This
I
wasn't
should-
just a pull.
Okay, yeah, it was probably a little bit more than it was probably like a 3 ouncer, the first one, maybe a couple ounces on the second one. I
And
tried
then
to back off on the second one.
You
for the
sent this
first-
photo and was like, "Oh, look at this cool photo of Arnold Palmer," and it was blurry as hell. And I was like, "Oh, this is really what Jones's vision looks like right now."
Yeah, like I don't know why you
I
said that.
wasn't.
I was retaking it, but I was like, well, he just doesn't care.
No,
Like
I wasn't.
he's for sure drunk.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't even drunk. Actually, it was like over a course of a long period of time that we were there. It was really dark in that room that I took that photo. But yeah, the guy that the house we were at, uh, he's just been around golf his whole life, and his dad like when they moved to, I think they lived in Orlando for a little bit. They played golf with like Arnold Palmer all the time. He was in like a PGA commercial as a kid, which turned out to be like a real thing. Like when we looked at it, it was like it looks like it's photoshopped a little bit, but it was actually real.
Yeah, I believe you now, but I'm still not sure I believe you. I would want to be there
Yeah.
that day to know what we're talking
Parts
about.
of that ad look photoshopped after the fact.
Yeah,
And another thing he said, like he had some Augusta flags up in his house too. He's played Augusta like a bunch of times, he said.
Jesus, really?
Yeah. I was
Is this
like,
who you went to the
whoa.
Masters with?
No. That was Coach Dotson and his son Matt.
Oh, you went with Matt and Robin? Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
So I was, pretty jelly of that.
Yeah, dude, you need to maybe get to go with him.
That would be cool. I don't think he's like connected as much up there, or I guess I should say down there anymore with some of those folks. So
Hey, there ain't gonna be a lot of golf balls in the woods for you to go hunt that when you go to Augusta.
yeah, that's true. That's true. really racked up when we were in Florida. What have you guys been up to, man? I'm talking a lot here.
Uh,
I didn't
I,
have any basketball this weekend. I actually had a free weekend. What about you, Joey?
we had games. When did we record that? We had games Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. So I did those.
Oh shit!
Emily was gone all weekend as well, so I was on dog duty, double dog duty, really. I finished up watching that dog in her house on Sunday, so said my goodbyes. It's always a little separation when you hang out with this dog for 2 weeks by yourself, then you got to say goodbye to him. He's a good dog.
Did you say goodbye to the bidet?
Oh,
I told you I never
the
used
poor,
it again.
the poor bidet.
So what else did we do? I don't think much, guys. I'm trying to really think. Geez, I have no idea.
I know, Joe, you're kind of like me when it's like, okay, what did I do? And you have to like really think hard about it.
Yeah,
Which is so sad.
no, it really is. It's like I don't think I did anything meaningful, but
it's around the holidays. Days start running together. Everything's a blur. It's like going on
That's
vacation
true.
and then coming back and going to work, and you're like, I got no clue what time it is, what day it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. What day? It was Saturday, Sunday. I watched a lot of football Sunday. Oh, I went to SmackDown Friday. That's what I did, guys.
That's it.
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah,
wait a
seat
second.
filler. Seat filler.
I was running through my photos here real quick. I set it on my phone up here. Wait, what did I do?
Did you get some video? Did you get some video of that, by the way?
I can't remember if I did or not. I got pictures I was gonna put at some point.
Make it over to hard camera side, or are you on the other side the whole time?
No, so I'll tell you the story. So I was working the basketball game on Thursday, and one of the guys who announces for us works at Arena now, and he was like, "Anybody want to go to?" Or he was asking somebody, "Do you know of any like students that want to go to WWE tomorrow night and be a seat filler?" And I was like, I mean, I probably understood what it was, but wasn't 100% sure what it was. And I was like, dude, I'll go. I was like, just put me down for 2. I'll try to find someone to go with me. And, it's day before the show. And I, naturally couldn't find anybody the day before the show. I texted 2 people after I'm out of town. I was like, hey, you guys want to come with me? And they were like, no, not really. So I roll up to SmackDown on Friday night. I need to be there at 7:15. So I get there and I walk through the one gate. I need to go to a certain gate, and I'm like, hey, I'm a seat filler. What do I do? He's like, hey, you go over there. So I go over there. Luckily, my buddy's there who got me assigned to it, and whatnot. And I waited, and next thing I know, everybody walks over. Everybody gets in a group, and they put you on the floor somewhere. And the guy tells you, when I tell you to move, you move. And if someone comes and sits in your seat, you get up and politely tell them, hey, I'm with WWE, because you're technically like with the company. As a seat filler, because they want seats filled. That's the whole point of being a seat filler, which I had no clue even existed, but it makes all sense. But there's 5 minutes before showtime, and he comes and grabs my entire row and puts us on the front row of the non-camera side, Jordan. So not the hard camera.
Dang.
The hard camera was behind me. So I watched. We had the first match was the dark match, and it was the Street Profits and some lucha guys. And then, like I said, 5 minutes before they went on air, they put me on the non-camera side, and I watched probably the first 30, 40 minutes front row for free. So, wow. I mean, it was great. I was there by myself and had a good time. And, as a kid, my inner kid in me came out. I used to love WWE as a kid, and I still kind of watch it. Jordan and I I think I pay more attention than Jordan might even nowadays, to be honest with you. But it was a blast. I highly recommend if you have never been to a WWE event, go. It's more or less for the show of it all. The sights, the sound, the colors, the entertainment. Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's a soap opera on TV, and they do a good job. So, I went to SmackDown Friday night by myself. So it was a good time.
New role, new job, new side gig for Joey.
Yeah, new side gig, seat filler. But I told him, I said, if you let me know ahead of time, I'll always be a seat filler for you moving forward. So, and you're always going to be on the floor, I think, as a seat filler. So
that's cool.
Yeah,
because we were in the very last row on the floor, but still, you could still see fine. So.
That's awesome, man.
Do they do this for anything else other than like wrestling?
I'd imagine Jordan somebody does for a live event like that, but I don't know. This was the
first time. You need to get on that list if they do this for more things than just.
Oh, my buddy would definitely put me on it for sure. So he's a nice
There
guy.
has to be something like that. Like even like our arena here,
Yeah,
they'll
'cause they
start like dishing out tickets, if they don't have seats filled for something.
Yeah, but it's interesting. They were like, "Yo, nobody's drunk. Nobody's got inappropriate signs. Nobody, they don't want you yelling. Like, they don't want you like doing certain things, you know." And the funny thing was, Brian Flores actually was right behind me for 45
Really?
minutes. I had no idea who he was initially. I just thought it was a dad and with his kid and his kid's friend. And the security guard was right next to me, and he was like, "Hey, man, that's Brian Flores." And I looked back and I was like, "Oh shit, that is Brian Flores." So, but that's the thing. That's what I learned through my buddy. He was like, these pro athletes just say, "Hey, I want to go to a set event," and they just give them tickets. Like,
That's cool.
Did you reach out to the guy you used to work with at Whole Foods that was trying to make it? Did
he
you
was
reach out?
by George. He was backstage. Yeah. So I was trying to also meet up with him at some point,
Yeah.
but he like can't come out. I knew he wasn't going to be in the show. He already told me he wasn't going to be in the show. So I was kind of bummed about that because I would love to have seen him like live and been there for him.
Yeah.
But no, he like couldn't come out. Like I was trying to like meet up, and it's pretty tight lipped back there, man. They don't let you go past certain areas. They don't let them come out, especially during the show, with it
Yeah.
being a live event and all. And I didn't want to get him in trouble either because he's an extra dude at least once a month. He's an extra at one of their shows. So
What is that? I can't remember what the show is called, but it was like a behind the scenes of like WWE, and they would follow some of the wrestlers and how much it, like went into like, trying to become a professional wrestler.
Jones, you should. I mean, there's a
What's it
reality show called Tough Enough back in the day, but
Yes.
you should go. I mean, I don't know if you have Peacock or not, but Peacock
I
has
do.
tons of content that they have. Like, I mean, not that you would like really want to watch it, but if you recognize some of the kids from your child or some of the guys from your childhood, I'll watch some of that stuff because it's great content if you're interested in those things.
Yeah.
Uh,
The entertainment value of WWE is just awesome, I think.
oh, it's wonderful, man. If you're into that, and I think part of me was so into it too as a child because I thought it was real.
Yeah,
Like for
yeah.
and then you realize it's just a scripted TV show and it kind of lets you down. But
I mean, I remember at some point where I really thought it was real, and then when I was like, yeah, I don't think it's real anymore.
yeah,
Yeah.
And I stayed for 90 minutes of the 2 hours. I probably should have stayed the whole time, but they want you in your seat from 8 to 9 o'clock. And they said after 9 o'clock, you can go to the bathroom, maybe get a drink, go to a popcorn in case you get pulled. And that was kind of the rule. And yeah, it was great, man. Like I said, in the future, if I can plan better, I'll invite some people and try to get them, to come with me as opposed to 24 hours in advance. So, but yeah, so that's what I did. I was like, I know I did something other than work 2 basketball games in WWE. So
Yeah, it was a full weekend.
right, Jordan, anything exciting or no?
Worked a basketball game Friday, and then went to Blowing Rock for the day on.
Oh,
Saturday.
tight, dude.
And then
Was it crowded like crazy?
yeah, it was super foggy. It was just like you couldn't see, but like a couple of feet in front of you. It rained a lot last week, and then just watched some football on Sunday
Blowing Rock is such a beautiful place.
when
But
it's not foggy. Yeah,
yeah, when it's not foggy, and if there's not like a zillion people like shoulder to shoulder walking around.
yeah, it wasn't too bad this time.
It's a great little town. We like it. Cool. Well, one thing we didn't talk about last time that I still had on the list this time, which I thought was crazy, but that I can't remember if it was Luke or who sent it in their group chat, but it was like a meme, not a meme, but like a graphic of the average male golfer drives it 219 yards. And I was like, it has to be further than that.
I don't know. What is the average handicap for a golfer? It was counting beginning.
It had a handicap on the graphic. It was between like something and something, maybe like I don't know, 10 to 15 or something like that. The handicap. You'll have to go back and look at it, but
219. Jones, I guess does that mean like in the fairway 219 or just in general?
I think it's saying off the tee in like.
and also I wanted to know if it's like is 219 yards, is that the carry with no rollout?
That's total. That's a total drive from the
Okay.
carry to the roll. 219.
I feel like all of us, and with the exception of Jordan, because he doesn't hit driver, but you still hit it far, Jordan. But
I average 232 off
yeah, I say we're probably hitting 250, 260. I imagine Jones, you and I at least.
No, oh
right?
yeah, for sure. And
But
we're not like great at golf or anything. You know?
No, we are not very good at all.
But also, like some of this stuff, I wonder, like how many people were in the study, to get that number.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second, guys. I got to take a call real quick. Don't hate me.
And we'll
keep
be
talking.
right.
No,
And
keep
we'll
talking.
be.
I'm gonna mute you. You're good.
What the heck?
Joey's
Yeah,
taking calls. It's
gonna
probably
take this
somebody
call.
he's interviewed with, and he's getting a job right now as we speak. Joey's on the phone with somebody.
No, he's
We'll get
talking
her-
to a friend of his. Look at his face right now. I can tell.
Yeah,
The buddy.
it has to be. It's kind of funny that he answered. He's like, "Hang on, I'm doing
Hang on,
I'm
go
doing a
take the call.
podcast right now, but
Take this
let me
call.
let me take this call real quick." But yeah, I mean, Jordan, you're hitting the hybrid a lot further than that.
I averaged 232. Yeah.
So 219 just seems low.
So but like the thing about it is like
All right, sorry. The guy was calling me from work. We're wearing jumpsuits tomorrow. Jumpsuit Friday at work. So he was showing me his jumpsuit. So
what jumpsuit do you have?
Yeah, that
Mike,
seemed
I'm
like
just
an
gonna rock
appropriate.
one of my ones from Radford, Jordan. Except I bought like a maroon one, like ones we wore on the road. Like I'm calling that a jumpsuit. Like
I was thinking like a full blown like
no, like a
working overall
sweats one.
jumpsuit.
No,
Are you talking
no,
about like a warm up thing, like you would wear for basketball warm ups?
no, just like what you'd wear when you see guys get off the bus on. Like
Why
the
don't you
full.
wear your
Yeah,
drought fit and you can send a picture to Sunshine.
I'm gonna wear. I could, right? I'm wearing a maroon one, Jordan. I bought a maroon one, like one of the maroon Nike ones that we had.
Okay.
Take a picture for the pod, man.
So I will. But yeah, so he
Good
was just showing me that he put his on.
What's he wearing?
He's wearing an all black one. So he's just a good friend of mine, and I made it work.
Leisure suit because this is the older guy, right?
No, this younger guy.
Younger guy.
So yeah, we're just gonna have fun. We had a Christmas party this week too that I should have worn a tacky sweater too. He wore one yesterday, and
What was at the Christmas party? Run down the food table. Tell us about the food table.
my boss, the treasurer, puts on a political Christmas party. If you ask me,
Boo.
does toys for hold on. He does toys for tots with it. So you bring a toy.
I like that.
Yeah.
But he invites like everybody who's like a bigwig, more or less, right? It's more or less for the show, but he invites our office, but also invites everybody else in that regard, right? So it kind of like is a dual purpose. But we had chicken cutlets, meatballs, pasta, rolls, lettuce, and cake. So
sounds like your Christmas dinner next week.
Right.
Or does the Gaddies do 7 fishes?
Yeah. What's that?
I need you to watch it.
Why don't you just go get in the shower? No, I haven't got rid of that. That's gonna be what's burning my bacon today.
Uh-oh.
So
I've got no clue what's going on right now.
I don't
I'm
either.
like, okay,
Joey's taking
there you go,
taking
guys.
phone
She is. Look,
calls.
here
I
she
think-
is. Got a robe on. Look.
What's up, man?
Oh,
She's putting like some gifts down that she has up here.
She'll
So,
come back into the
some
frame
what?
with like something totally different here in a second.
She might, yeah, right. Well, there's a big dog about to walk up here too. It sounds like.
big dog. Hank?
Stole my thing.
Yeah, he's a big dog now. Jeez,
He stole my box.
I can't believe how quickly they grow, man.
Hey, Emily, come back here. What's for Christmas dinner next week?
I don't know.
Do y'all do the 7 fishes or what you guys do?
Normally, yes, but we're going to my mom's cousin's house for Christmas Eve.
Okay.
So we're not doing the fishes. But my dad will probably make some sort of steak and pasta.
Okay. Hope you guys got power this year, unlike 2 years ago.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
last
Jesus,
time
don't
I
remind
did
me.
it,
God,
wow.
that's bad. That'd be bad.
I was about to come get you.
I know. Well, I'll see you, dude. I'll see you next week.
You guys are going to be together next week?
Yeah.
Wow.
Philly.
Whoa.
Look it up today, Jordan. You're only like 25, 30 minutes from us.
For sure. Yeah, it's not far at all.
So you guys
do you want me, Matt and I to come pick you up Friday? We're going to go to the sports book and play some or Saturday play some parlays for the football game.
I'll come with you guys. I probably won't bet or anything, but I'll come with you and hang out and drink beers with you. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
We'll go.
it's
That's what I told
like-
Emily. I was like, I'm pretty sure we'll go hang out one day, and then we can obviously do lunch on Monday too, like we planned earlier today or whatever.
So
So-
Emily's family's up there, and so is Jess's family, right? Is that
Yeah.
right?
They're
Okay.
they're like
Hey,
5 minutes from each other.
Well, that's awesome. That
Yeah.
y'all get to be together. Is Hank coming into the frame?
he was going to, but he ran right back downstairs. He's just huge, man. I never know how quickly these dogs grew, man.
They get big.
Yeah, yeah, especially the type of dog that you've got.
He's going to be 80, 90 pounds.
Easy, right?
That's
Easy.
just
He's already,
crazy.
50, already like 55, 60.
Yeah.
When Penny got to 50 pounds, we were like, oh gosh, she's going to be huge. And then it was like, she just stopped growing. We're like, all right, this is okay. We're good with this.
Because she's
Uh,
got a little bit of poodle in her, right?
Yeah, she's Irish setter and poodle. So
Well, and they're both very kind of skinnier, bigger dogs. So you probably were going to
Yeah.
be good with the weight part of it.
yeah. And she's athletic as shit.
love it. Now, she gets that honestly.
She can't shoot hoops like her dad though. You know what I mean? Fellas?
Dude,
Huh?
right? Well, I was gonna say, speaking of hoops, man, I did not have time yesterday to
High
do
school
it.
3-point line.
What
What'd
happens
you
is,
say?
High school 3-point line.
Oh, high school three.
well, I just want to make sure we were shooting the same, dude. For those that don't know, I was like grilling Jones on where he was shooting from. But I just
far enough back. Okay.
right.
That's all you need to know.
I need to do it like first thing when I get to the gym. So that's the issue because the cheerleaders use the gym like during halftime, and I was hoping to do it then. I might do it Saturday after the game because Emily will be there with me, and we might just do it real quick then. So
Awesome. So we got it for those of you that are listening, we have a hoops challenge out there. I did a hashtag WNU HOOPS challenge.
I
I thought it sounded okay. If we want to stick with that, let's run with it. But if you are somebody that wants to participate in the challenge, you see how many half court shots or 3-pointers or free throws that you can make in 1 minute. You have to rebound on your own, one basketball. That's it. And you got to hustle and see how many shots you can make in 1 minute. And use the hashtag YNU Hoops Challenge.
and I'll be honest, I don't think I'm getting 8, Jones. By the way, I was like, you got 8? That's what I was. I mean, I was a little jealous.
I got a better chance at the half court shot.
You think so?
I think, yeah, because you didn't make any, right? I think all you got to do is make one.
No, I didn't make any. Yeah,
You got to
zero
be
on
able to
that.
make sure the ball comes back more to you on those shots
Yes.
and just make one.
Yes, that is
Mhm.
correct. And I will say, like, if you're on a roll, like, don't just stop the camera. Like, if you keep making them, just let the camera keep going just in case, like, let's say you hit 5 half court shots in a row, something crazy.
Yeah.
Just let the camera keep rolling.
I think I got a better chance at the half court shot of winning versus 3-pointer.
It'll be fun.
Well-
I'm gonna try. I might do all 3. Honestly, we'll see.
Joe, you got a pretty quick release. You could probably hit 8 threes pretty. I mean,
how many did you miss? That's the thing. How many did you miss?
I actually only missed 1. I was on fire.
I think I might have missed like 3 or 4.
Joey's going to hit the rim weird, and it's going to shoot it far away
Yeah,
from him.
I mean, I'm a streaky shooter, but I don't think I can make 8, dude. Not like just randomly. That's all I did was I could shoot well, and that was even. I don't think I did very well. I
If
still
somebody
rode
rebounded, you could do it.
still rode the pine, So
Yeah. I don't, it's just one of those things where the like, how sometimes when you're shooting basketball, the ball just feels so good in your hands when you release it, it feels like perfectly almost every time. Like it was just one of those mornings shooting basketball. And
Love it.
I've been shooting probably, I guess, for a couple of weeks now. Like that's what I've been doing for
No wonder
exercise.
he's making 8, Joe. He's
he's been
every week.
sandbagging
I
us
know.
here,
yeah.
Well, like for exercise, instead of me like running or something,
running
I'll
on your
like,
own.
yeah, I'll shoot hoops for 30 minutes, but I won't
cardio.
stop.
Yeah.
I set a timer on my phone for 30 minutes and I just shoot and I run the whole time.
See,
Dude,
he's
I'll
got a
tell you-
bad back and shoulder, but here he's making 8 in a row.
I know.
I'll tell you what, Jones, that's what I did. It was very therapeutic. And Jordan mentioned in our text group, like you set up the gun, man, and just shoot on the gun. I would do it late at night or when nobody was there or
I
whatnot.
used to
'Cause, like
love
you
that.
don't want to do it when like a player wanted to be on the court or whatnot because they, it's there for them, not for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I used to do that all the time. It was great. It was
Yeah.
great because you could program the gun to do certain spots, a certain amount of times. It was awesome.
Noon hoops too. We had a lot of noon hoops.
Hank peed on the floor apparently, guys. Man, what the heck, Hank?
Come on, Hank.
You not fully potty trained yet?
He is, dude. He'll like just randomly just do it like once a week. Like
Giving you guys a middle finger.
Like he did it once on Sunday when Emily got back, and then what's today? He hasn't done it since. So what's today? Thursday? He did it today. I mean, he lets us know when he wants to go out, so I don't know what he's doing. Like, I mean,
Just being a puppy. That's what he's doing.
so
Gotta stay on top of those puppies, man. You gotta stay on top of it every
Right.
2
And
hours.
that's what you say. Well, and that's the thing. I let him out when we got back. Well, no, maybe I let him out when I got back around 8. We usually take him out right away when we get home, and I don't think we did that. We went to Eaton Park tonight for dinner, and I picked up Emily after the gym and went out to a little quick bite to eat, and then came back here.
All right, so the hoops challenge. We gotta see some of your shots.
I gotta find a basketball.
Yeah, you gotta find a goal.
I
You
don't
need
really
a
have
basketball.
access.
Dude, Jordan, for as much as you talk about Chris Paul, you got to be at his high school, bro.
There has to be
Yeah, it's just
an
around here.
outdoor court somewhere near you.
I gotta try to find
something.
an outdoor court.
I need a
would do
double.
it when I
need a
go back
double-
home next week, but I can't get our high school gym doesn't exist anymore. I can't just break into the high school like I used to.
I need you to get a
This is
double
true.
rim with a chain net. That's really what I want to do outdoor.
The chain sounds so good when you make it.
And a double rim so it bounces just any other way. You know,
Well, I'm
like
gonna have to go in the daytime to where those are at. I ain't going at night.
why, Jordan?
Where I played kickball at was very dangerous at night, but we still played kickball on Monday nights. But
I hear you.
yeah. Are you getting weird looks rolling up in a Subaru?
Rolling up in a Subaru, yeah. I'd say you did.
I want to really run a hoops with someone showing up Subaru.
Speaking of hoops, fellas, did you listen to the pod that our brother clergy was on?
I thought he wasn't on yet. Jordan told me it was only his brother first. So I haven't listened.
Jake was on there. They both talked, but it was more about Robbie's time in high school versus Jake's.
Yeah.
But so
yeah.
wait, I was confused by your texting, Jordan. I thought it was 2 different episodes.
It is. Rob's high school career is like the topic of the first one, and Jake's high school career will be the topic of the second one.
But they still went back and forth, and like
Yeah.
he still talked about like his career, but Rob talked the most for sure.
Okay.
It's
I
listen.
need to.
I was texting both of them after I listened to it because I listened to it on my way. I had to go to Williamsburg, Kentucky on Tuesday for a high school pitch competition that I was hosting. And yeah, at the Cumberlands. And I was texting both of them, and I was like, I just can't believe y'all remember all this. And because it was so much information from like even before they played, all the players and teams and all this stuff. And I'm like, I barely remember any of these people. And he was like, Jake did a bunch of research too, and like was able to find some Mountaineer articles from way back in the day, like the newspaper, because back in airtime, like there wasn't a lot of information like on the internet. So you can't go back and Google yourself and like find all these games and stuff. So it had to be like tough, you know. But apparently there's like this list of articles he was able to go back and find from the Mountaineer.
Well, I always tell you guys, I marvel that, like, I don't know if it's because y'all are from a small town or whatnot, but you guys seem to retain things way better than I do, memory wise.
Not me, dude. Like I'm pretty bad when it comes to like high school sports and like teams and players and stuff. But Jordan, I mean, he kept up with it and has a lot of info. But like for me, just like
stuff.
Yeah, you guys are good. That's all. But I need to listen to it though, so I need to. I got to put last time. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good. I'm looking forward to hearing Jake's part 2 as well. And it's a podcast about, it's primarily about Southwest Virginia like basketball.
Yep.
I think pretty much the whole thing is about Southwest Virginia basketball. I don't know that he goes outside of basketball too much.
Some of the guys they have on had played other sports. I grew up with the guy that runs it, Travis Fires.
He is my first cousin's first cousin.
Yeah, his dad worked at Bartley's and Turner's pretty much his whole life, and then went up to whatever they're in Clinton, whatever that's called. Was there for a while, but yeah, they have a lot of guys on and girls. They've had some girls on there too that were obviously you'd play multiple sports growing up there, and have enough kids to be able to play just one sport. They've had a lot of people, Jones, that were big names. They've had Obviously, they've had Brad Knuckles on. They've had Neil Rasnick. They've had Coach Dots and
I guess big names to us, but Joey
big names
probably
to
doesn't-
us. They had Coach Goodman. They had Brian Moore on. They had Jamie McMurray.
Good NASCAR driver.
Yeah. The first Hayside person they had was Chris Fleming, which I thought was a slap in the face to all the great basketball players that came through Hayside. Nothing to
that's true.
Chris, but I think it was just because him and Travis were friends and it was easy access to
Probably
him.
so.
But-
They were in the same grade, right?
Yes, we all are in the same grade. Yeah.
Yeah.
Travis held back. Well, Chris
Yeah.
did too.
And
But yeah, it's pretty cool how they'll go out and get some people, and there's just so many stories. Oh, they've had Mark Cooper on too. Mark Cooper's got a million stories because he's a bullshitter. But I would love to be on there to talk about
You should.
just all of it in general because they talk about other people's career. I just want to talk about
You're passionate about it.
names and stuff like
Yeah.
that. They need to have people on there like Tim Hayes. They need to go out and get people who have covered Southwest Virginia sports in general, and interview that. Let's not just talk about that career. Let's talk about like top 10 games that you ever seen in the area or top five basketball players. They need to like branch out a little bit more after they get done with all these guys and girls stories.
They probably get some local radio personalities, local TV personalities, Jordan, maybe some local, that kind of stuff.
I wish they would get Tim Hayes on there. Like the guy is just he is Southwest Virginia sports outside of Lloyd Combs who has since passed away. But no, I thought Robbie did a great job. I'm interested to what Jake's going to talk about because they had two totally different careers.
Oh yeah.
Robbie had a lot more success and played on a lot better teams.
There was a lot more athletes in
A lot more athletes to go around. Those teams are a little bit had more depth. The teams that Jake and the clergy and Ryan played on didn't have as much depth. They only probably had about 6 to 7 guys.
I think we said it like 10 times already. So
whatever.
Yeah, we did. It'll be too many beeps at this point.
Too many beeps. But yeah, it was like I'm interested to see their thing. I think Quan gets talked about a little bit.
nice.
There's so many people from back home
It should
that
get
played
talked
on that
about a little bit.
team.
Yeah. I'm surprised that Jake didn't mention it in the first part when he started talking about Nick Harmon and some of
I'm
those
surprised
guys.
Jake didn't tell us.
What's that?
Yeah.
I guess I'm not surprised he didn't tell us. Never mind. But
Well, he sent me a bunch of pictures because I think he went to his parents or he went to. I know he
He went to
visit-
Grundy. Yeah.
Yeah, I know he went to visit his grandmother, but I think he stopped in Abingdon with his parents because he was going through all these like pictures and stuff and like sent me one when. Do you remember the foreign exchange student Michael Chan?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He sent me so Michael Chan and Carrie Roulette were like homecoming king and queen. He sent me a picture of it, and so I knew he was doing something. I just didn't know he was going on the podcast Sunday with them.
That's funny.
Because Travis had reached out to them, was like, I need to get the Colley brothers on. I'm like, Jake, you have to do this.
yeah,
I'm surprised that like all of his guests like come in person, but there's
It's
no
pretty cool.
there's no video component to it. It's just all
No.
audio. So like
Yeah.
Jake drove all the way from Charlotte, to do this pod. And
it's pretty cool, by the way.
I mean,
He's for sure
it's pretty
come the
cool.
farthest. Brad Knuckles lives in Roanoke, I think. And
Does he have his own pod, by the way? He mentioned I think Travis mentioned something about that.
I know he's a financial advisor. Now, he may have something associated with that.
Okay, maybe not then.
Also, too, our women's basketball coach, when Joey and I was at Radford, was a men's assistant at Roanoke and recruited Robbie and actually has been in the gym at Sandlick.
Huh.
Yeah, to recruit Robbie, which I thought was funny when I got to Radford and found that out.
We should do like a collab episode or something.
Maybe.
That'd be kind of fun.
Be sweet.
It would.
I was gonna say follow up one more Southwest Virginia thing. We talked too much about you guys, but your buddy Jeremy, getting the Frank Beaver spot today.
Dude, how
Main
about
Street Farm.
that?
Yeah, how about that, dude? I died because
I looked at that. I was like, oh my gosh.
Jones, you know him better than I do. So like when you see somebody like that who you grew up with in your childhood, who was successful, but also who was also, I don't want to say crazy, but crazy is how you might describe his. Like, not negatively, guys. I'm just talking just wild. Wild's probably better. like just wild, who like is also like just successful now. You know, you're like
Some say wild, some say unique.
unique. Yeah, but all you see,
Unique
I'm
is
sure,
the best term, I think.
I'm sure all you see, Jones, is somebody that you knew at that snapshot of time in his life, and you were great friends with the family too. So it's
Yeah,
just like you always chuckle to yourself, and then you're always pumped for them, you know, at the same time. But check that out, little Virginia lottery spot with Frank Beamer. Local legends, or as I described to you, one local legend and one but burgeoning local legend of Blacksburg.
I was the first one to comment on it. I said love it with an exclamation point.
Awesome. I'll tell you what, I've had a blast every time I've hung out with those guys. They're good people.
Oh, they're the best to hang out with. I've actually been texting Zach over the last couple of days, and it's like, man, we need. I think the first thing I said was like, I think we need to have some Irish car bombs together here pretty soon, because that was like his. It's like his thing is to like do Irish car bombs.
Love it, dude. And where's he live now? Where's Zach? I know Jeremy lives in Blacksburg, I believe. But
Zach is in Bland, so I believe he is a pharmacist for maybe a Food City or a Kroger. I can't remember which one.
He was at one of them over in like Dublin or Pulaski or something there for a bit when we were.
He rotated a bit early on, like was kind of a fill in wherever somebody I believe was out, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so him and Hunter Romano are both over there.
Nice.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, so what's next? What do we got? Let's get.
Oh yeah. Let's go.
Stop about all of us bullshitting. We know you guys love us bullshitting, but let's get going.
That's what our pod is. It's just
I know. We just talk about nothing for 40 minutes.
We have like 3 segments, which leads us to our first segment of the evening. Good idea or great ideas that are bad ideas, and Jordan is supposed to have one. And
mine is Christmas themed. We all know about it.
Okay.
So it's the Jim Carrey version of the Grinch. It's you know when they're decorating the houses in Whoville and they have that machine and it's shooting the lights and it's just going on the house. It's like stapled. Do you know that scene?
Oh yeah.
That's obviously a bad idea because there's a lot of things that can go wrong. It's like works like a t-shirt cannon. How is that not a thing today? Where you can shoot Christmas lights on your house that without having to get on a ladder and risk life and limb to get your Christmas lights up.
I think somebody like Mark Rober needs to figure out how to do that.
Like I feel like it's one of those things like you really hate to buy it, but everybody like ultimately probably needed one of those.
I can just see it now, Jordan, like a cannon, like a football or basketball game where they shoot the one t-shirts, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah,
that's what. But like, obviously, it probably has a lot of ways to backfire.
Sure.
Yeah, but, like literally.
Yes, for sure.
So I mean, it probably wouldn't work on your like gutter lights, but like if you were going to put lights on your roof, perhaps.
Like Griswold, you know, he's up there literally stapling them on the roof, which kids today probably don't know that's how people put lights on their house back in the day. Was literally the staple gun.
Yeah. Talk about a great idea that is probably, yeah. I don't know if that's a great idea. I think that's a great idea, bad idea.
There was a lot of like Christmas decorations that made no sense. Think back in the day, they were always like glass bulbs. That shit broke so easy. Like,
yeah, that's for sure.
Like plastic, and if one goes out, they all go out, unfortunately. But like, Christmas decorations have came so long.
One of my favorite ornaments that my grandparents have that I haven't seen ever in a store, and it probably exists, but the heat from the bulbs on the Christmas tree lights light up the ornament, and the ornament will spin.
Oh shoot! They don't make those anymore.
Exactly. Like that makes sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
the tree on fire.
If the ornament's close enough, the heat whatever the heat emits makes it spin somehow. I don't know. I'm not going to my grandparents' house this year, but next time I go, I'll have to show you guys, or maybe it'll have to be something for a year from now. But it's fascinating, and there's not many of them. It doesn't work great, and it's got to be a big enough bulb. Imagine, right? It can't be those, normal like smaller light bulbs that we see now. It's not really a bulb, light plastic thingies now. But it's got to be a legit like Jordan's talking about, like ones that break bulb.
That's like what I'm saying. Like Christmas decorations have came so
far.
Yeah. And like they're just, but the old timey stuff is like obviously so cool, but
for sure.
Everything's more practical now.
For our high school pitch competition, I wrapped myself in a bunch of LED Christmas lights for it. It was classic. And then the other guy that's with me, he's always Santa Claus. So it's
Love
like
it.
every year Santa Claus gives money to high school students for entrepreneurship, you know. That's awesome.
I love it, dude. I love it.
Another segment, fellas, and it is Did You Know? Did you know? My favorite part about Christmas morning as a kid is or was, I'm still a kid. Also, what is your favorite part about it as an adult? And for myself as a kid, my favorite part was that we always stayed at my mama's house. And so like all the cousins were there. Like I grew up with a bunch of cousins and we all stayed overnight. We stayed up all night playing video games like Mario Kart, any of the like King Griffey Jr. games, like all those, like we stayed up all night and played them. And then the next morning we'd wake up and be probably like noon, which we thought that was the morning. And so we would eat, you know, biscuits and gravy, sausage, bacon, like a huge breakfast, and then open our stocking. It looks a little bit different as an adult now. You know, we travel, you know, a little bit now for Christmas. But as an adult, it's just like watching the kids, like their first reaction when they see those toys under the tree that, you know, Santa drops off, which is really exciting, I think. So
Yeah.
that's it. That's my Did You Know?
Wait till your kid gets older and you're gonna be up putting shit together and stickers on stuff, and you're
Santa drops it off put together, son.
Yeah,
I
brother. What are you
know.
talking about?
Yeah,
He's
what do you
hammering 12 ABV beers and parts go missing, and it
Mom,
just it's
Mom, why do we put a beer by the fireplace?
uh, why is there a half empty bottle of bourbon here next to the cookies? Um,
I'll go next, guys. For me, my favorite part of Christmas morning was literally just like the anticipation of sitting on the stairs, always getting our photo taken. And I say it's my favorite part. I don't think at the time it was, but looking back on it, it was. We would always sit on the stairs. My parents would get the camera ready or get whatever, camcorder they had and would record our reaction as we walked down the stairs and came around the corner to see what was under the Christmas tree. And our tree was always in a different room than what our stockings were in. So we always went into our, first room, what we called our living room first, even though we didn't live in it. We just had that just was where our tree was. And then after we opened up all our presents, then we walked into our den where we actually sat and did things and opened up our stockings next. So
cool.
that would have to be, one good memory. And this one sort of same thing, but melds into, as an adult, it's just spending time with family. So
yeah,
for me, that's just the most important and most fun thing for me. And every year for Christmas, we were always at somebody else's house, whether it be my dad's side or my mom's side. That's just what we did. We rotated families. And, if we were in Richmond, we would then drive to my grandparents' house and go hang out with my cousins. And then from there, we would then drive to Orange, Virginia and go hang out with my mom's cousins. So that was what that looked like. And then if you're in Pennsylvania, you just kind of.
Oh, did we just lose Joey?
that was
just-
perfect time, and he just cut out.
Dang, Joey, what happened, dude?
He was like in dead complete going on with that sentence and goes,
And I actually thought it was my internet or something. I was like, was that me? Like, what is happening here?
oh, well, I'll go now.
I will say, like, what he's describing of like sitting on the stairs and getting his picture taken and all that. We do that same thing now for my nieces. So like they're amped to get up in the morning. So it's like 7 a.m. they're waking up. Oh, here comes Joey. Hang on, he's coming in. All right, we got you, Joey.
Joe,
Joey,
you stopped it. Aunts
in.
in Orange, Virginia.
Okay. That was really it. It was just that we go to Orange, Virginia
There it is.
when we're there. And then if I go to Pennsylvania, we're with family there. So my iPad died, guys. Sorry.
I was telling Jordan what you were describing as sitting on the steps and like, getting your picture taken and all that. Like
Yeah.
we do that now for my nieces.
Awesome.
So that's really exciting. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning that we get up, it's like they're amped and ready. So yeah, that's a cool memory.
On your side of the family, y'all gonna have to have a big house. Lenore got 7 grandkids.
Dude, it's
People
it's
need more
pretty
steps.
wild. Well, we do Christmas. I think usually we do it like the week of Christmas on like a different day, just because we all like travel, different
Yeah.
places for Christmas. So we always do it like a week earlier, or whenever just everybody's available. But yeah, it is wild having everybody in one place. It's crazy. All right, Jordan, you're up.
Okay, mine would be, I guess, talk about waking up on Christmas morning. One of the things we did is like my mom and I would like sleep in front of the Christmas tree, or like she'd like sleep on the couch and I'd like sleep on the floor, like Christmas Eve
Oh.
night. My dad obviously, it's bad on my back. I'm going to bed.
I can't do
Um,
this.
Can't do this. But
This is
I would like
horseshit.
be asleep, and somehow my parents, as stealthy, I guess, because my dad doesn't move very quietly, would like put the presents in there from Santa, and I never knew anything happened. I don't know how, if I was like that heavy of a sleeper as a kid, but I'd wake up and I'd be like, how the heck does all this happen? Like, how did I not hear anyone come in? Because like as a kid, you want to catch Santa Claus, I guess. Joey's frozen. Somebody take a
He's
screenshot
back.
of that.
He's back. He's back.
Hold on.
Now,
Oh,
now we got him in two places.
I'm trying to get the other stuff back on here, boys. I'm here.
Joey's face is frozen. Did we get a picture of that?
I can go back and get a picture.
He was
of
like-
it, no big deal. Yeah.
No, like you want to try to catch Santa as a kid because you're trying to call out call him out.
Yeah.
And somehow I just never woke up and saw any of that. Mine now would be I'm at my in-laws on Christmas Day for the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 years now. And it's as soon as I come downstairs, I'm handed a cocktail and it doesn't stop the rest of the day. That's probably
Oh
my
my
favorite
gosh.
part now.
That is early to be having the cocktails.
They're booze hounds, baby. They're booze hounds.
The
I like-
north, it's different. It is.
I like
different
that.
there.
I like that. I'd fit in pretty well there. Since you guys think I'm drinking beer often in the mornings, you know.
My father-in-law likes the type of beer you like.
Oh,
Real
nice.
heavy stuff.
Are we am I frozen now?
You're
What's
freezing for
happening?
me now.
You're freezing up too for me, yeah.
All right. I think we're good.
He's like
Mine-
behind.
That's what you're doing.
That's this is going to be a really good clip for for YouTube. Let me just tell you. Which honestly, I need to get better at doing some of our clips. I'm getting behind on some of those, but when we post one, we usually get anywhere between like 500 and 1,000 views. So I should probably get some more clips.
You got a lot of
us.
irons in the fire, though.
I know I got a lot going on, but
Busy.
why not us podcast is important to me. So I got to do better. All right. Who burned the bacon?
I'll go. These fucking mice.
Oh,
boys.
Joey. He is
These
ready.
mice.
Turn him
Boy.
loose.
These mice, boys. We've had mice living at our place ever since we moved in. Like I think I've told you guys, and I've talked. Maybe I've talked about this before. I don't know. But we moved in here, and there were hoarders living here before we were here. So, like in classic fashion, like they didn't clean anything. Like like as you can see, look at this stain on the ceiling right here.
Yeah,
Like,
look at that water stain up there.
Look at that, right? I mean, like, just shit like that all over the place. And we're in a great location. That's why we really stay here for the most part. But, I mean, it is brutal. So we'd caught a couple mice, like, early on. And then we called them. We're like, look, you need to do something about this. So they came and, like, plugged in all the holes, caulked a bunch of places. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
really, like, helped us out in that regard. But, like, in the past, like, 3 or 4 months, they've, like, come back with a vengeance. So I'm not kidding. In the past 24 hours, I've caught 3 and killed 3.
Oh
You
my
get a cat.
gosh.
And we can like hear them in the walls now. That's why it's gotten bad. And
Oh,
we
no.
like, we know that's bad. And then like our other issue is like, we don't want we told the leasing company, we only have a dog who's like under 40 pounds kind of thing. So like, we don't want to like bring him over here more or less, but they're very chill anyway. So I don't think it'd be that big. We pay a pet fee and everything. So it's not a big deal. We're above board, but in that regard, but really not.
Hank on a walk when they come
I
over.
said the
Well,
same thing.
that's what I was like, Emily, why don't you bring Hank over to me while I'm house sitting for 2 weeks? So what we're
Yeah,
thinking
there
about,
you go.
Emily's staying in Philly for like the whole time, Jordan. We're going to the Mummers Parade.
Mummers.
So, but yeah, dude, these mice they're my last nerve, but I've caught 3 in 24 hours. Like we hadn't been
Oh
setting
my
traps for a
gosh.
while. So we started setting them again. I've literally caught 3.
That's
already.
a lot. That's a lot. That
Dude, it's
is a
bad.
lot.
It's bad.
Yeah.
And we can see him, right? We see him running around. It's just like it's dirty. That's the issue, guys. And I'm just like, but there's nothing we can do. Like it was great for a while. Once we like caulked up all the holes, we didn't have any issues. And Like I know I'm not the only one dealing with mice. I know people have issues all
Oh,
over. the world.
we dealt with it. Like when we
Yeah.
moved in this place, like I found one in my washing machine, dude.
Oh Jesus,
Like
dude.
imagine going to wash some clothes and like there's a rat in your,
Dude.
your freaking
So,
washing machine.
I think you should get a cat.
They have burned the crap out of my
Yeah.
bacon. We're hoping Jordan Hank will get him, but Hank just sees him and like freaks out and like goes after him a little bit, but that's it, you know.
Yeah, cats are what you need for mice, not a dog.
Correct. But these
Yeah.
are the one I caught last night was pretty big. The two I've caught today are really small, like really tiny. So,
That means
So they're procreating.
oh dude, yeah, we can hear in the walls. It's bad, like and in the ceiling. It's bad. It's gotten really, really, really bad.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
need
know
to-
that, but it makes sense. The time I was up there visiting, and Carter and I stayed down in the living room, and he was like, "Do you hear that chirping?" He might have been hearing mice.
He could have been, but I don't think they were bad then, dude. Like I said, I don't
He
know
asked me if I heard something. And I'm like, I didn't hear anything.
we gotta,
we never heard him in the walls until like 6 months ago. Like that's a new thing. So
Gotta-
Also,
we-
Carter could have been hearing things.
we got a ratatouille situation in Joey's place.
it's just bad, man. It feels
Wow.
dirty is all. Like and I'm not running on the floor or anything. We're not running on the floor. It's carpeted everywhere and whatnot. That's the other thing. But again, there were hoarders living here before we were here, and like they didn't clean shit after the rental company didn't clean shit before we moved in.
I don't have anything close to that. Do you, Jones?
What's that?
Anything close to Joey's issue? As far as
No,
burning my bacon.
no, not anywhere close to
I
that.
got nothing. But
Mine, mine is just like I've been gone for like 3 days on the road, and I'm just like flat out exhausted. Like I'm
Really?
tired, not getting a lot of sleep. So I just need a few days to just check out.
Well, and you've got a young child too, Jones. That's also doesn't help. You know.
Yeah.
He's
Man.
washed up. He ain't taking many business trips like he used to about 5 years ago.
Yeah, I know,
He's
man.
lost his edge.
I know. Just like it's exhausting just being on the road all the time. Like a lot of the stuff that I've been doing is like 3 hours away, you know? So it's like you
Yeah.
drive all morning and then you have you work real hard when you get there and then you drive 3 hours back and then you don't have much time to decompress and you got to wake up at 5 a.m. the next day and do it all over again. It's just exhausting.
Well,
It's a lot.
that's the thing about where we grew up at. It's a geographical oddity. We're 3
Yeah.
hours. Where
And I'm still for some reason in it, still here.
Joe just
Still here.
moved to a different state about 45 minutes down the road.
Yep, just went across the border there and
Across the border.
still driving 2 hours to get to anything. Anyways, guys, we have a big super high five this week, and it is our super high five Christmas movies, which I think is great. And I cannot wait to hear what you all have to say on this. And I started my list and then I started talking to my wife and I was like, I feel like I'm missing a bunch of movies here. We just need to talk about it for a second. And she helped me out with it. And I was like, oh yeah, that movie. Oh yeah, that movie. So I've got a really, really solid list here.
Okay.
But I don't want to go first this time. I think Joey goes and then Jordan brings up the rear.
Okay.
All right, if I go, I got to get my list. I wrote it down. It's upstairs when my thing charged. I'm like, crap. Like I'm like, it's upstairs.
I'll go.
All right.
Go ahead. Go get it.
All right.
I don't know. How much time do we have left here? I don't know if I should go or should I wait on him.
I don't have a countdown. So you just go.
We'll just wait on him. He was
Yeah,
excited.
let's wait on him. Let's wait on him.
We'll wait on him. He was excited.
All of my Christmas movies, I think, are pretty much comedies. I will say that.
All right, boys, I'm here.
That wasn't too
All right.
bad.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no.
We waited on you.
Thank you. For me, my thing is, you need something, sweetheart?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed.
Oh, we're almost done.
Hold on, Emily, come in the frame real quick. What's your favorite Christmas movie?
My Christmas movie?
Yeah,
Your favorite.
We're doing super high five Christmas movies. You don't have to get
Mm.
5 of them. We just need to know the one that you want to watch all the time.
Probably Elf.
Great
That's insane.
movie. Great
Yeah.
movie.
Buddy the Elf. What's your favorite color?
Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color?
All right, so this was difficult for me, guys. I'm not a big I like Christmas movies, but I don't like you said, Jones. I didn't have like any that like stuck out to me like a lot.
I had to
So
really think about it. I had to think.
yeah,
About
and I know some people say, well, there's other movies that came out around Christmas, so that's a Christmas movie. I'm not really a big believer in that, but I did choose one that was that more or less.
Well,
it.
Die
Die
So-
Hard for sure on this movie.
Not Die Hard. I've never seen it, but
What?
I know.
What's it-
I know.
Oh gosh, that's another hour we could talk. But go
Yeah, for
ahead,
sure.
Joey.
And I sort of cheated a little bit when I came to this, but so number 5 for me was Elf.
Okay.
I was actually talking to a woman at work, and she was like, "I actually don't like Elf." The woman was like, she thinks it's ridiculous and terrible. But I did watch a video this week actually on YouTube about how they shot some of the scenes in Elf.
Oh, I've seen that. That is awesome. Isn't
Which
it?
is fascinating, yeah. Which I really enjoyed watching, and just kind of seeing the perspective that they use to make Will Ferrell look big, etc. So my 3 and 4, because there are multiple Harry Potter movies, I doubled up and said they were 3 and 4. Jordan rolls his eyes at me. I just they're synonymous with Christmas because I think of all the Harry Potter marathons around Christmas. That's like how I just relate with them being Christmas movies, quote unquote. So, choose any one of the first 5. The 6th and 7th one are pretty dark and gloomy, and obviously there's an 8th one because they made 2 movies out of the 7th one. But Jordan, what are you doing?
I was shocked. I didn't know there was 8 movies of Harry Potter.
Oh, you were shocked. Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
So 7 movies, 8 books. But so that's my 3 and 4. So I sort of cheated because again, I struggle with this, guys. Number 2, we watch it every year with my grandparent, with my dad's side of the family, my cousins. Christmas Vacation, National Lampoons. Emily actually had that on downstairs before she came upstairs earlier tonight. And then number 1 for me, time old, age old classic. I didn't realize how early in the '90s this movie came out, but the Santa Claus. Always loved Tim Allen falling off the roof, and Charlie, and everything. So that's my 5.
Love it, Joey. I'll go next. My number 5 Christmas movie it's a Tim Allen movie, but it's not Santa Claus.
Really?
It is Christmas with the Cranks.
Okay.
Very good movie. Really funny.
I've seen it.
So Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis. You got to go watch it, Joey.
Okay.
Tim Allen's like this sort of executive in this company. He wants to go on like this trip and get away from Christmas. And then like his what is it? His daughter ends up coming to his house and they get stuck in his
With Enrique.
Yeah, with Enrique. They ended up staying at their house. He's like pretty sour about it. And then, there's a great story around it. So you just got to go watch it.
Maybe I have seen that then, Jones. Honestly.
Number 4, Home Alone. Really like Home Alone.
Yeah, I was like, Joey, where's Home Alone at?
Yeah, that would have made my list, guys. Yeah, sorry.
That's one that was not on my list until I was talking to my wife about this. And then she's like, you forgot Home Alone. And then I was like, oh shoot, Home Alone and Home Alone 2 could be on my list. But the second one is not on my list. Number 3, Christmas Vacation. Great movie. What a great movie. And I actually haven't watched it this year, oddly enough. I've seen a couple of the other ones like several times, but Christmas Vacation, for whatever reason, I haven't fired up yet. Maybe I should do that. Number 2 is Elf. What a great movie. Elf is great. We've watched it twice this year, I think, already. And number 1, which I think is the most underrated Christmas movie of all time, is 4 Christmases with Vince Vaughn.
It's good.
It is hilarious. And I've seen it 3 times this year already. And it is just so funny every single time I watch it. So that is my number 1, 4 Christmases. Have you seen it, Joey?
If I have,
gosh,
on like
gotta...
TNT or something, or Emily's watched
funny.
it. Like, I don't think I've watched it start to finish. So.
Tim McGraw's in it. John Favreau.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking. Reese Witherspoon.
Reese is, yeah.
It's really, really good.
So, yeah, I can't believe I forgot Home Alone. I'm sorry. That would have made the list.
Yeah,
for sure. I loved number 3 as a kid, even though number 1 and 2 are obviously the real ones, but they have Alex, that kid, be the third one. I watched that third one so many freaking times,
There's like more. There's like 4 or 5.
Oh, there's a bunch now. Yeah. But the first, it's 1 and 2 with Macaulay Culkin, and 3 with Alex, I believe. With the igloo, the parrot walks in. Polly, want a cracker? Blows up the igloo at the end. And that one, So
Jordan, you're up.
So number 5 with me, I'd never seen it until I met Jess, and she watches it like 10 times every Christmas year. So I'll put it on my list because I guess it is a good movie. The Family Stone.
The Family Stone. Why am I not?
It's a
Why
good
don't I-
Christmas movie. Your wife may have seen it. If not, watch it with her. It's good. Number
Sarah
4,
Jessica Parker?
yeah, Sarah Jessica Parker's in it.
Oh, Rachel McAdams. Okay.
It's pretty star-studded. It's pretty star-studded.
All right.
Number 4, Jingle All the Way. With
Oh, that is a great movie.
it's hilarious.
That would be like number 2 for me. I'm sorry, I screwed up big time here.
What a good movie that is.
Yeah,
It's turbo time.
I forgot about that one.
it's so good. Number
Oh no, he didn't write them down, Joey.
No, I really wish I didn't put Family Stone in there now because I feel like somebody's gonna get shuffled out of here.
Can't go back now.
No, I can't go back now. Number 3, Four Christmases. It's on my list too. I think it's hilarious because we all live that where you have to go to multiple families
Yes.
like around Christmas. They obviously go in one day, but like we've all been there and we all love and get frustrated with our own family and in-laws, and it just everybody's lived that type of Christmas nightmare before probably.
Oh yeah.
Number 2, Home Alone. I think you can't beat the OG. Some would say a former president of ours, the biggest highlight of his career was probably Home Alone 2. But I would say Home Alone 1 is probably the best one. And then number 1, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Nice.
I think it's just the most quotable Christmas movie that you could watch 12 months out of the year. I hate that I do not have Elf on my list, but
Can't believe it. Family
I
Stone.
know,
Like
I
Elf should
know.
be on there instead of Family
it's great,
Stone.
but I don't think it's Will Ferrell's best work. So I'm not going to get it on my list. There's just, and then
I can't believe Jingle All the Way. I watched that so many times.
yeah,
I can recite a lot of that movie too.
it's
It's
another
incredible.
quotable one.
Sinbad's in it, Jordan.
Sinbad's-
Sinbad's in it.
Yeah,
What a guy. Sinbad used to be in a lot of stuff.
and also Christmas Story. I hate Christmas.
I got
Story.
Johnny a turbo guitar, whatever, months ago.
It's super quotable.
I haven't seen. Have y'all seen the new Christmas Story
Ted.
movie?
Ted was the dad. Sorry, Ted.
No, I've not.
I've not seen it either. We've been meaning to watch it. Mixed
I hate to-
reviews.
I hate that we don't have the Christmas Story on our list, but like, I feel like Christmas Day TBS shoves it down your throat.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
It's like all right. I wasn't ever like crazy about that movie.
yeah, but
Like,
I
there's parts of it
associate
that I really
Christmas
like.
Day with it. Like it's
Yeah.
Christmas Day.
That's true.
I think the list would have been easier with 10 than 5 because it's hard to put 5 together. You could do a list of 10 easily, I think.
Yeah.
Because like Joey's
uh,
thinking back now, he wishes he had 3 or 4 back.
Oh, I wish I had 2 of those on there. I would have shoved the Harry Potter stuff out of there. I just couldn't come up with ones, guys. I didn't do enough research, honestly. I do when I look at this stuff, I try to do it off the top of my own head. I don't look a lot of it up or talk to anybody, and I should probably bounce some things off some people. But
I had to look it up because I was stumped. Have y'all seen the movie? It's Will Ferrell. I think he wrote it, produced it, but Spirited.
that's on Apple TV, right, Jones? I haven't watched it yet. No,
I can't remember if we talked about this on our last
we
episode.
did. Yeah.
But it's great, man. It is really, really good. Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. It's a really good movie. It's a
Emily-
lengthy. It's a
Emily wants to watch it. Like I don't really have any interest in watching.
It's worth it.
But
It's
is it
worth
okay?
I mean, it's a musical, but it doesn't. I mean, there's a lot of like story to it too, and in between, and like the songs are funny. I mean, it is
Okay.
Will Ferrell at the end of the day, so like it's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Speaking of shows, did anybody watch White Lotus? I just started it.
Not
Yeah.
seen that.
I
Is it-
have
stick
Jordan.
with
I finished
it?
season 2 just finished this week, and
Do I
I
stick with it? Is it worth it?
yeah. So I'll say this, man. I watched the first 3 episodes months ago of season 1. I'm talking like right when it sort of came out, more or less. And I like 1 didn't understand what was really going on, and 2 just kept waiting for things to happen. And then I kept seeing more and more people appreciating it, liking it, whatnot. And then like I had been skipping the commentary at the end from like the characters and the directors and stuff, and that's something that like I wish I hadn't done because it kind of clued me into what was really going on. It's a commentary on like vacationing rich people and how
Gotcha.
your your problems don't go away even though you're on vacation, Jordan. You'll see as that's a theme throughout. But I recommend watching the last 5 minutes of each episode where they show and talk to people, because you just learn more about it. And I screwed up and didn't do that. But I just finished season 2 as well, because season 2 just ended on.
I need to go look it up. I just Googled it and looked at some of the actors on there. Looks like a pretty solid list.
Yeah, it is, man. You'll like it. I think, Jordan, it's worth a watch. It's an hour long. I mean, you have to commit. It's 6 episodes the first season and the second. 7, excuse me, in the second. But highly recommend that one if you guys have not.
Cool.
And it sounds like
Thanks for stopping by and lending us your ears today. If you like what you heard, check us out on Instagram and TikTok at Why Not Us Media, or stop by our YouTube page, the Why Not Us Media Podcast, or hit up our website at www.whynotus.media.